All right, no time to explain, gang. Welcome back. King Zeph here, back with just a little bit of more information, news, and rants and knowledge and stuff going on in the world of Lorcana and trading card games and all that other stuff. I was perusing around the internet because unfortunately, I'm a part of a couple different online groups, whether it's Reddit threads or Facebook groups and all that other nonsense. And all they do is make me want to pull my hair out when it comes to questions about the game and where to get product and a bunch of other things. But of course, with the announcement of Chapter 2 looming, they already announced it a couple weeks ago, and now we know that the release date is essentially going to be mid-November. Everybody is in a fuss about when they can pre-order and where they can pre-order from. I did post another video about this when they made the announcements, and with my little tidbits and um, advice just to give you guys that are looking to purchase Chapter Two some best practices to try to get it to do it to get your hands on product as soon as humanly possible, and also without potentially getting robbed. Because of course, another article that just came in my timeline early days showing that retailers are already trying to scalp Lorcana once again, and it's kind of really funny and sad at the same time because this is a brand new game, and although the demand is really high for it, there are too many people that are out here just trying to flip it for a profit for themselves and stop people from actually wanting to play the game and participate in locals and tournaments and all that other stuff, making it very hard for them to get cards for their decks and all that fun stuff. Which I kind of find odd because a lot of people in the collecting community are treating this really, really badly, concerning the fact that Ravensburger is doing everything in its power to not make this game a collectible item. In which case, it's Disney. It's going to be collectible at the end of the day, but it's they've done everything in their power to basically like sway, I would say, sway collectors away from it. They don't have a first edition. Every card is normal for the exception of the promo cards. And then of course the D21, which is the only thing that has a first edition stamp, which was those first six cards, I believe, that they released at D23, those promos, which are worth a fortune and will be worth a fortune down the road, graded and kept sealed and protected and all that other stuff. But in terms of the actual card game itself, they want to treat it like a game and not much more of a collectible. If you are going to collect it, it's because of your own, basically your own fruition and how you want to collect cards and keep things. Personally, I am collecting as well, but I'm also playing the game. My collection is only for the foils. I just want a play set of, not a play set, a set, master set of every card in the chapter in foil and a binder. That's the extent of my collection. Um, Otherwise, I'm actually playing the game and everything and all that other stuff and trading and participating and trying to help as many people get product as humanly possible. Which also, there's a giveaway that's still going on. The giveaway winners will be pulled Monday, which is in the next, was it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I'm counting, yes. In the next 5 days. So if you haven't participated in the giveaway, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like us, do all that other fun stuff. I'll leave that information link in the bio. There's 3 different giveaways going on. One of them is a Lorcana giveaway. So if you haven't participated in the giveaway and you want an opportunity to get product, there will be 5 winners for that. One of pretty much everything in the product SKU, for the exception of the booster packs and boxes. It's all 3 starter decks, the Trove, and the gift set. But going back to this article, I'm going to go ahead and switch screens so you guys can see it. This was posted. What was it? Today. It was published today. I'm about to say, is it yesterday? No, it was today. It was published today, and I also have the link in this in the bio. And this basically, the headline of it is: local card shops are already ruining Disney Lorcana Chapter 2. The magic of Ravensburger's new hit game, Disney Lorcana, has a hot ticket item, and card shops are already ruining Chapter 2. I'm not going to go through the whole synopsis because, of course, it goes through the information that a lot of us already know, that a reprint set is coming out in the first quarter of 2024 for Chapter 1 because, of course, demand is just ridiculously high and they can't keep inventory on shelves. You can pretty much not find it on store shelves. But the meat of the matter is this stuff down here. I'm going to see if I can zoom in really quickly so it can be seen a little bit better. But here we go. Basically, hopping in the stress. To make things worse, it has been noted that some local card shops have the ability to order directly from Ravensburger are scalping fans as well. One recent card shop stated that they are doing pre-orders on Chapter 2 at $250 for the booster box. That is $102 more than the MSRP. The MSRP is $144. Was it $143 and some change? It comes out to kind of $144. So they're selling it for $250, so it's $100 more. The Trove is going for $70, which honestly, the Trove is better than I expected. The Trove is supposed to be $50. It's going for $70. Considering the fact that most of the Troves for Chapter 1 were going as high as $100 or $120, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be, but still, $20 over the MSRP is still kind of iffy for 8 packs and a book. That's basically all you're getting. The book you'll be able to get within the Lorcana app, which basically has the entire card catalog of the chapter. $60 for the gift set, which is no, it's not double the price this time. This gift set is $50 instead of 30 because it's the Disney 100 series and they give you 6 promo cards instead of 2. So that one, $10 over for the gift set isn't terrible. It's not good, but it's not. I mean, that also could be worse. It's probably going to be worse down the road. And then, of course, the starter decks are $30 when they should be 18. That's ridiculous. There's no reason why a starter deck that basically gives you a pack of cards and there's only 2 this time around should be $30. But the issue that lies in this ultimately is these are stores that can order from Ravensburger directly. So this is straight from the manufacturer. They can order product and they're basically, I guess, they're getting their orders in and then doing their pre-orders and scalping it to their customers, which is kind of, it's really shitty and shady in my personal opinion. I'm not a fan believer of any authorized store or dealer selling the cars above the MSRP that the manufacturers have set, considering the fact that they are already making a profit off of that regardless. It's not like they're buying it for $144 for the booster box and selling it for $144, not making any money. They're buying the booster boxes for about $80 a box. So they are almost making twice as much, almost, not as much, but they are making a profit on each booster box sale, as well as the booster packs themselves, because the 24 booster packs times if you take the $6 charge times 24 comes out to the exact same price as the booster box. So it's neither here nor there. They're still making money one way or the other, but at least the trove and the gift set aren't being as ridiculously priced out as the last chapter so far, at the moment at least. But my other issue with this is, of course, of them doing pre-orders now, because the last time a lot of stores are doing pre-orders early, and this is information coming from my local store, so take it with a grain of salt, because I have a pretty good relationship with my local LGS, which I recommend you guys find your LGSs and have a relationship with them as well in terms of getting time and dates and whenever they're going to be doing pre-orders or whatnot. But essentially what is going on with that is, from my store, from the first chapter, they informed me that they weren't doing pre-orders until approximately 2 weeks prior to launch. They said, I think the earliest was August 5th, and the set came out, I think, August 17th, around that territory. I might be getting the dates a little bit mixed up, but I asked, they said, hey, we're not doing anything until August 5th. All of our stuff is in the middle of your placeholder. And they had their allocation. They knew how much inventory they were getting. They knew when their boxes were arriving, and they just wanted to be safe and not sorry. So they just waited a little bit longer until, I guess, it arrived at the store, until they knew that the exact shipping date and location was coming in time before they started doing pre-orders, which is the right thing to do, because there have been so many people on Reddit and in these groups that have, quote unquote, did pre-orders or went to their stores and locked in pre-orders, and then unfortunately had them canceled because they just didn't have the inventory, which is kind of funny. You're taking a pre-order on a product that you didn't guarantee to have, which is a little weird to me. So I don't recommend hopping on that pre-order train. I recommend speaking to your LGSs and getting the correct information from them directly. If they're doing pre-orders earlier than expected, let them do their pre-orders and just follow the instructions and do what you need to do, but also don't get priced out and don't get scammed by them. Pay the MSRP pricing. If they're not going to charge MSRP, try to find another store, or simply wait until the launch happens to the big box stores, which is going to be a bigger mess because it's going to be Christmas season. But outside of that, I'm going to hop over to TCG Player, because there have been pre-sales going on for that already. And those prices have been ridiculous of how much people have been paying for pre-sales via TCG Player. So give me 1 second. Let me switch over to that. All right, so let's switch over to TCG Player and see what the ridiculousness of this is going on. So going over here to the natural page, and as we can clearly see, it looks like the lowest price for a booster box of Chapter 2 is $401. And I guarantee that's probably doesn't include shipping. The starter deck, one of them is $60, the other one's $55, the Trove is $200, and then the Disney 100 Collector's Edition, which is the gift set, is currently the lowest price is $800, and the market prices for these are absolutely ridiculous. Let's go ahead and see what the heck is going on this. So, yep, the next available, there's 4 unopened 24-pack booster boxes going on for $401. And it looks like the past couple sales have been going on for them. One was today, one was yesterday, another was today, or much of them were yesterday. But it looks like people are buying them for that $390 or that $400 price tag in terms of the booster boxes, and this is a pre-sale. Let's look at the starter decks. Looks like they're sitting at around $50 on the purchase for those. 3 of those went out today. There's 5 available from the next best seller, and that's $60. And that one's for the next starter deck is going for around $50 as well. So at least they're both sitting at around $50, but absolutely still ridiculous. The Trove is sitting at $200. That is literally 4 times the price. And then last but not least, oh my God, someone actually bought this for $900. A purchase was made today. Two were made today for $899.98. One was made for $1,300. Somebody, okay. Disclaimer and side note: I have to either believe that either a somebody that owns the shop purchased this to give the illusion like it was actually being purchased, or some idiot actually spent $900 and $1,300 on this $50 box set. That isn't limited edition. I mean, this is like, with this being the Disney 100 Collector's Edition, I assume it's not going to be like mass produced. It's like it's not going to stick around as long as Chapter 1 is going to, but it's gonna be available. This isn't something that is just like, oh, we're only making 10,000 of these, and once they're gone, they're gone. It's gonna be available. It's going to be. They want to make as much money as humanly possible. Then this is not a this isn't a collector's game. And the messed up part about it is, I think half the cards in here are just reprints. The Stitch, Genie, and maybe Maui or Maleficent. I think 3 of these cards in here are in Chapter 1. They're just alternate arts. They're full alternate arts from Chapter 1. The other 3 aren't. I know that Elsa is different. The Mickey is different. And I can't recall if it's Maleficent or Maui that's different. It's one of those two. I think Maui is the new one, because Maui's an 8/8 with a quest of 3. So I think the Maui is actually in Chapter 2. So Maleficent, I believe, is in Chapter 1. Is the Chapter 1 blue Maleficent, if my mind serves me correctly. But regardless, someone buying this for $1,300 and $900 for a $50 booster, for a $50 gift set, is an idiot. It's just stupid. And that just fuels my argument of making sure that you're not buying secondhand. You don't want to purchase this secondhand right now. This game is too new. They're still in production. They're going to be making more of this. So it doesn't make any sense to buy this from the secondhand as of right now. It would be different if this was, I'm going to use Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering as an example, or even Pokemon as an example, because they're much older card games. But I'm going to use Yu-Gi-Oh! As an example. It's one thing to go and say, you know what, I want a first edition Legacy of Legend of Blue Eyes booster box, which was the very first set of Yu-Gi-Oh! That came out in 2002, if my mind serves me correctly. It's been 25. Math is mathing wrong. Well, the game is 25 years old, but it's 25th anniversary. But yeah, came out in 2002, if my mind serves me correctly. That booster box costs, in a brand new condition, thousands of dollars. And of course, the Blue Eyes White Dragon in first edition and a mint 10, Gem Mint 10 and PSA graded is like 10 grand. So although that's still a stupid amount of money, that at least makes sense, because that product in that edition is no longer manufactured, and that art style is old, and just because of it's the very first set and all that other stuff. It's no different than looking at like a mint Black Lotus back in Magic the Gathering, where that card is damn near $1 million, or even the One Ring that sold that in the Lord of the Rings edition in Magic the Gathering that Post Malone purchased for $1 million. That type of stuff I can understand, because it actually has a collector's incentive, and it's a one of one, or it's very, very rare and it's no longer made anymore. That makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me for a product that isn't out yet, that will be available. It will be hard to find, but it will be available, to purchase this for that much money. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why someone would spend that much money unless it's a fake account. It has to be somebody that decided, you know what, I'm going to list this for $1,300, and then I'm going to buy it for $1,300 to show that it was to show it was sold, which would be a way of artificially inflating the market. So it'll make you believe that the market value of this item is higher than what it actually is. That's my only assumption to this, because that's the only way that this can rationally make sense to me in terms of someone spending that much money for this. And what'll be the most depressing part of this is, what if by some odd chance that pre-order doesn't get here? That means the order has to get canceled and a bunch of other things. And then another fun story I remember hearing: somebody pre-ordered something from a store, and the store didn't get any inventory in, and they canceled the pre-order and told them that they couldn't get their money back. They told them that they would refund them via store credit. That's even wilder to me, because I'm just like, I pre-ordered something and gave you money, and I didn't get the product. Give me a refund, and we'll wipe hands, and we'll do what we got to do. But the second you tell me I can get store credit in its place, and it's not that I missed out on, you sold it, you never got it. Give me my money back. It's stuff like this. So unfortunately, it's like we have too many scalpers and everything else in between interfering in the game, interfering in buying cards and getting product. And it's getting ridiculous at this point in time. And it's not going to stop, unfortunately. The only way it's really going to stop is when people sit down and just don't purchase from secondhand retailers or resellers. That's really the only way this is going to stop. It's like if you let them go ahead and buy up the inventory and it just sits on their shelves forever and they never move any, they'll do one of two things. They'll do A, lower the price to get it back to where they can sell it affordably, or B, they'll stop doing it on top of that. It happened with the PlayStations. It happens with the Xboxes. As time passed, when they became readily available, those prices had to come down because now you sit there and impacted that person's credit card because they maxed out a credit card with, let's say, a $10,000 limit and bought 100 PS5s, and now they're just sitting in their homes while they're paying interest on on those bills and not making any money flipping it. That's what you have to do when it comes to things like this. You let the scalper scalp, they're going to do it. The only real way you're going to stop scalpers is if your stores put in better implementation. So limit product, only allow one per customer or one per household. Well, actually, one per household is a better way to do it. So that way people with multiple addresses can't just come and eat up the inventory. Um, Gatekeep it on the online sales. And that's one of the best ways to do it. And then if someone still gets past the scalpers, which they will do, just simply let them sit on it. Let them sit on it and let them wait and just have them have their wallets rot until they have no choice but to either move it to at the price that they sold it for to get rid of the debt or just deal with it. That's really the best way to handle that. But of course, I'm speaking into the ether. I'm hopefully giving you guys the best advice I can possibly give for those that are more reasonable, that want to basically like stretch their dollar to its absolute limit and also be able to enjoy these games that we all love and enjoy to play. I'm a collector. I open it on the channel for you guys for outside of content. So I like to purchase product as well. But at the same time, I'm not in the market to buy up everything on the shelves and gatekeep it from people. That's just not right. I want as many people to enjoy the game as humanly possible. I want people to play with at my local LGSs and at tournaments and all that other stuff and have a good time and or play with my friends and family. So the more people that can get product, to my personal opinion, the better. And I can slowly work on my collection later because, like I said, the game is new. This isn't something that's just going to magically disappear in like a week where you won't be able to get any more. It's going to be around for a while. And the only way it's going to continue to be around is if you get a lot of people playing the game, a lot of people being enthusiastic, and then we can keep inventory. That's really going to be the name of the game at this point. So hopefully by chapter 3 or maybe even chapter 4, Ravensburg will probably have the whole stock thing dealt with. I know chapter 2 was pretty much already somewhat made before chapter 1 was, so I don't know how much they can ramp up production for chapter 2 because it is coming up on Christmas season, so it's going to be very, very, very difficult to get product at this time of year because everybody's going to be getting Christmas gifts and all that other stuff. So I don't even know if I'll be able to get it, to be honest. So my fingers are crossed, and I'm going to be as vigilant as I can to get it to open up on the channel for you guys. And as much as I would love to do another giveaway for you guys for chapter 2, that's probably going to be very unlikely for a little while, but we'll see what we can do. And also, we'll have to probably get to 1,000 subscribers at that point in time. So if you aren't already subscribed to the video, make sure you give us a sub, check us out, and join the club. We've got a couple more boxings coming up very, very soon. And also probably some more of these little tidbit news updates and rants. Anytime there's some really major news or anything kind of moving, I'm kind of probably going to post a video about it for you guys just to kind of keep you in the loop for those that actually want to listen. Because I do like to rant, and also this stuff is kind of important to me and important to a lot of you that actually enjoy these videos. So I'm going to continue to do that as much as I possibly can. Be on the lookout. We got a couple more videos coming up in terms of unboxings on the Yu-Gi-Oh side of things. And then, like I said, the giveaway winners will be pulled Monday. So be on the lookout for that as well. If you haven't participated in the giveaways, the links are in the bio. So go ahead and do that. In the meantime, I'm going to be heading out for the time being. Any new news, I'll post it here, and you'll hear from me again. King Zeph, No Time to Explain Game. I'm out. Till next time, happy hunting.